Hello, I'm Bill LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters. We hope you'll continue to watch as we discuss issues facing our community and provide you with the resources and information needed to find solutions. This week, we're talking about learning a new language. We'll get into some of the languages that are most in demand and how they can help you begin a whole new career. We start with Spanish, the world's second most spoken native language behind only Mandarin Chinese. Joining me now are Dr. Gabby Rueda, Spanish professor at Wake Technical Community College, and David Rohrer, a student who's putting his Spanish to good use. And to both of you, hola! That's it, that's all I got. That's all I got. But I've always wanted to take another language, and I know how popular and important Spanish is today. So why don't we maybe start there? Spanish in the United States has grown in popularity. Why is Spanish the language maybe to be taking right now?
Well, just talking about the stats of the trade between the United States and Mexico. In fact, we trade in the whole Latin America and Spain $800 billion annually. That is the statistics for last year. Mexico alone is $580 billion. That means that Mexico is the third trade partner of the United States. It goes both ways. So it's very important. This means that we have a lot of industries, a lot of interests in common. And it is very important for the English speaker to be able to acquire our language because it gives you an intrinsic advantage when you are doing business. You will understand a little bit our culture, and you will be able to be accepted and in a more cordial way when we are doing business internationally. But it's very important simply because of the economic impact that our business relation with the United States.
That makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, because if you want a piece of the action, you have to be able to communicate with folks. And David, you're a bit of a testament to that. And I know your first language is English, and then you learned German, and that played into some business in Germany.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to do an international assignment with GlaxoSmithKline in 2006. So my wife and I lived in Hamburg, Germany, northern Germany, for 6 months. I worked there, we lived there, read the newspaper, took out a bank account, was able to function well because I had worked hard before that time to learn the language.
But now you're a student and you're learning Spanish.
Yes, and I'm also volunteering. Gabby's right about the opportunities. Just on Monday, I looked at 3 job boards, and you know, there's currently 400 job openings in Raleigh or in the Raleigh and so 10-mile surrounding area. Just jobs that are asking for Spanish, either requiring Spanish or saying preferred a second language, Spanish. Spanish is very much in demand. I've been using it more in volunteering. I was able to volunteer after working hard to learn Spanish for 2 years. I volunteered full-time for 1 year for the Latino Community Credit Union, interacting with 85% of their clientele are Spanish-speaking, all the staff Spanish-speaking, and it was an immersion experience 2 miles from my home.
Well, I would think so, you know, whether it's volunteering or travel, and a lot of folks, of course, can see this as an opportunity for a career move. So, yes. Gabby, let's talk a little bit about that. We talked about, you know, the relationship of, for instance, Mexico and the United States, but what's happening here locally or in North Carolina where this could be a real advantage?
Locally, we have right now 57 million of Latin Americans, or Spanish speakers here in the United States. Of those, 1 million are here in the state of North Carolina. That means that the Latino community is very strong in many senses, but the impact in the community is very important. Many of the Latino community that comes to work here works in the construction industry, also in shop sales, agriculture. So it's very important that we have people that are bilingual or they speak fluently English and Spanish to be able to communicate with these people and improve their own businesses. It's very important. So it's like an immediate need for for American people in this area to speak the Spanish.
Well, and David, as you mentioned, you see a lot of jobs already open, but I mean, it's a requirement for a lot of, if you're working for the city or a lot of companies, that you need that second language being Spanish. This is your third language now. Can I ask us, I've always wanted to learn another language. I don't know why I haven't done it, but it seems very hard. I mean, put it into perspective. Be honest with me now. Can someone my age do it? Is it younger people? Can they do it? How tough is it?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and the thing about learning a language is the reason that people abandon or don't even start is because there's large passages of time where there's no evidence of progress. So you just have to accept that and know that, like when you take off in an airplane and all you see is sky, you have to be confident that you're eventually going to arrive at the destination, right?
Right.
And so it is with learning a language. The other thing is setting the horizon properly. There's books, you can go to a bookstore and you can buy a book Spanish in one day. That's a lie. You can't learn a language in even 90 days. But what a lot of people fail to recognize is it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun interacting with Latinos.
It's a lot of fun also to have the type of students like David, because what we have found at Wade Tech, that we have highly educated students, is just a gift to be working with highly motivated and very intelligent people. But just to round a little bit what David's saying, it's true that there are ages in which one acquires a language, but a good teacher realizes that an adult comes already with a lot of knowledge. When we teach another language, we actually use your English. English being part of the same Indo-European trunk of languages, we have a lot of things in common. So when you come, we actually, English, more or less in the Renaissance, where Shakespeare was around, acquired a lot of Latin and Greek. And Spanish has a lot of Latin and Greek. So when students come with their education, they already know a lot of vocabulary. They are able to comprehend like around 50% of what they are reading without a single class. So when they come, it's for us to encourage them to understand you are not coming really in level 0. And we use your English because it has so many things in common with Spanish to propose you to do it. And we encourage you all the way through. So in a year and a half, like David says, or 2, you are done with all the grammar and everything that you need for conversation. So,
well, I'm inspired, I'm motivated. We're almost out of time. Tell me a little bit about Wake Tech, what the program is quickly, and
sure.
how they can get a hold of you.
Okay, Wake Tech has been working in the Foreign Language Department for 30 years. We have right now, we're teaching already 9 languages, Spanish being the most popular, but we have Spanish, Italian, French, Russian, Chinese, sign language, www.waketech.edu, and you will get all the courses for curriculum education. Very affordable, $77 to $138 for 45 hours of contact with the teacher.
Oh, that is. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to the website. I didn't want to show off, but gracias. Did I say that right? I probably didn't even say it right. Gracias. Thank you both for being here. Don't go away. Up next, we'll find out about the Berlitz method of learning languages. Stay with us.